Hello, 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 hello. My name is Twanathen Singer. You're watching my Nappy Roots, and if you got a little time, you might as well stick around. Welcome back to my Nappy Roots, everyone. Thank you for joining me today in the second edition of Cooking with Twanathen. Today on the menu, I have pan-seared shrimp Alfredo. So stay tuned and get it hooked up. Ooh. Is waiting for water to boil like not one of the most tedious of all processes? This is like watching grass grow, paint dry. In the kitchen of my dreams, I would have a pot filler on the back of the stove. So right now, while this is trying to get hot or whatever, I'm going to just add some salt to the water. I don't know why we do this. Rachel Ray does it, so you know, I'm going to do it too. So this is the shrimp that I'll be using today. It is cooked frozen medium shrimp from Myers. Shout out to Myers. So I'm going to peel all the tails off all the shrimp and let it soak in a little bit of water just to get it, make sure everything's unthawed before I do the pan searing. So these are the shrimp and some of them are still frozen, so I'm going to just run some hot water over them in the sink. Give it a little shake. So to prepare the shrimp to be pan-seared, I want it to be nice and dry. So I'm going to use a colander and just drain as much of the water off the shrimp as possible. I'm not going to pat it dry or do anything like that. I'm going to let it just drain naturally. For some reason when I'm cooking, I love to watch the cooking channel. It's like it just gets you in the mood, in that cooking mode, and you learn some new tips and tricks while you're cooking. You might see something that's relevant to the dish you're cooking. So I absolutely love watching the cooking channel. Julia Child is definitely one of my favorite, all-time favorite chefs. I remember watching her when I was little and being so enamored by her masterful skills in the kitchen. Like, she would just reach into a pot of boiling water and pull out spaghetti, and she would just chop garlic with the greatest of ease, and it would go flying across the room, and she wouldn't even be flustered. She was an amazing woman. So this time I'm using a pan like this with the high sides because I'm going to turn all of the drippings from the shrimp into sauce. I'm going to put all of that into the sauce after it's done cooking. So right now what I have in here is just some freshly chopped garlic. I love garlic and shrimp together. I think they go hand in hand together. I think shrimp should come out of the ocean and hold hands with a piece of garlic. It is wonderful together. And garlic powder is not fresh garlic. They are very, 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 very different. So right now I'm going to just add about 2 tablespoons of grapeseed oil to this. And just to give this some more flavor, I'm going to add a forkful of butter. So the Italians always talk about al dente. It means to the tooth. And this is definitely what you want. You want limp pasta, just like that. That's how you know the pasta is ready, when it's nice and limp. So I'm ready to drain this, and luckily this pot comes with a colander built into the lid. This is from Cook's Essentials on QVC. It is an amazing pot because after the pasta has cooked and you drain the water, you don't need another pot. So that is wonderful. I'm going to drain this pasta and I'll be right back. So the oil is all ready and hot and the garlic's doing its thing, and here are the shrimp. I'm ready to add the shrimp to this. I didn't season the shrimp at all yet. I'm going to just do that in. I'm going to just season the shrimp while they're in the pan. Give everything a little stir. Give everything a little stir. Get it all nice and coated. And the thing about pan searing is that you want the pan to be nice and hot. I'm going to spread the shrimp out to cover as much of the bottom of the pan as possible. And then I'm going to turn the heat way up to high. Shrimp cook extremely fast, so you don't need to leave this in here any longer than probably 5 minutes. So right now I'm going to just add in some salt, some pepper, and a little bit of seasoning salt, and that's it. That's all I'm going to do. Over here the shrimp is still cooking away. It's getting that sauce going, the butter is working, the water from the shrimp is coming out. I'm going to leave that in there, and I'm going to add the sauce directly to the shrimp. After you drain the pasta, it's always important to leave just a little bit of the water the pasta cooked in at the bottom of the pot, because you don't want the pasta to start to stick to the bottom of the pan. So now that the shrimp is finished cooking, I've turned it way down on low, and I'm going to start adding in my cheesy ragu classic Alfredo. I'm going to just pour that right in there like that. And I have 2 cans of the ragu, and I have 2 cans of Priano. It's another Italian brand, just to be fancy. So this is what the Priano looks like. This is the Priano Taste of Italy Alfredo sauce. This is my first time trying it, so I'm going to just add that right in there as well. And once I get both cans in there, both jars in there, I'm going to give this a good stirring to get all the flavors melted together. That's extremely important when you're cooking. You want to make sure that all the flavors are well incorporated. This is the look of the Alfredo sauce with the shrimp and all that in there. This Alfredo sauce isn't white, it's more of a tan color because of the brown shrimp and the brown oil and butter and all that going on before I did this. I'm going to let this simmer on low for about 10 minutes, and then I'm going to add it right to the pasta, and I'm going to give it a good shake, and then we'll be all done. It's such an easy, quick dish that I love to make a lot. I do this a lot with chicken as well. Chicken Alfredo is very good. I'll just lightly braid or lightly flour the chicken and fry it in some olive oil just to get a crust on it. And then I'll toss that with some sauce and right into the pasta. Pasta is such a quick, easy thing to make, and it's very healthy as well if you use whole wheat pasta. There's some protein in there. See, there's the look of the shrimp in there all bathed in the sauce. Yummy! Now I've added the shrimp and the sauce to the pasta, and it looks so good and smells so wonderful. This is what that looks like. And when you add the sauce to the pasta, be careful because it did splash everywhere. So I'm going to just let this simmer away until I'm ready to serve. So this is the final look of the plate. It looks absolutely delicious and it smells so good. I hope you enjoy, and I hope you enjoy making this my way.
Just separate it a little bit every time.
So that is what's for dinner tonight. Stay tuned for Nappy Roots, and I hope all of you have enjoyed this video. So stay tuned for further segments of Cooking with Twanathen. Thumbs up if you want more Cooking with Twanathen. And stay tuned for Nappy Roots because there is always much more on the way. Bye.